Welcome back everyone. Today we are going to discuss the female reproductive system. Okay, female reproductive system. First we will see the different parts of female reproductive system, right? First we will see the different parts of female reproductive system, right? Which is the first and major part. It is the ovary. Okay, it is the ovary where the female germ cells are, or the female gametes are produced. Okay, the gametogenesis take place in the ovary, right? The ovum is produced in the ovary. So ovary is called as what? It is called as the primary sex organ. Ovary is the primary sex organ where the what is produced? Ovum is produced or gametogenesis occurs. Okay, the gametes are produced in the ovary, so it is called as what? It is called as a primary sex organ. Now we'll see what are the other parts. What are the other parts? We have fallopian tube. Okay, then we have what? We have our uterus. Okay, then cervix. Okay, then we have the vagina. Okay, after the vagina we have the external genitalia. Okay, external genitalia. Okay, these are the female parts of female reproductive system. One extra part is there, okay, which is present only in females. What is that extra part? That is the mammary glands. Okay, mammary gland or the breast. Okay, mammary gland or the breast. Okay, so these are the parts of these seven are the parts of the female reproductive system, right? Okay, out of which this four, okay, this five, okay, these five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, the ovary, fallopian tube, uterus, cervix and vagina, they perform what functions? They will perform what? They will perform gametogenesis. Then what? Fertilization. Okay, fertilization. Then pregnancy, childbirth, right, and child care. Okay, but the child care is performed by not by this five, but child care is performed by what? This is by the mammary gland, right? And child care is called as what? Lactation. Okay, it is called as lactation. Okay, so when together constitute the function of female reproductive system, what are the function? It includes gametogenesis, fertilization, pregnancy, childbirth and child care. Okay, out of which ovary, fallopian tube, uterus, cervix and vagina together perform gametogenesis, fertilization, pregnancy and childbirth, right? And child care is done by the mammary glands, and which comes under child care is the lactation. Okay, this is the lactation. Please note that the external genitalia has no role in the above functions. Okay, external genitalia has no role in the above function, right? So this is the difference between the male external genitalia and female external genitalia, because male external genitalia helps in the insemination process, but there is no role for the gametogenesis, fertilization, pregnancy or any fertilization or pregnancy related event. There is no role for the female external genitalia in any pregnancy related events, okay, or fertilization or gametogenesis. Okay, there is no role in female external genitalia. Okay, understand? So these are the functions constituted by the female reproductive system. What are the function? Gametogenesis, fertilization, pregnancy, childbirth and child care. Understand? Now we will take one by one. Okay, we will take one by one. Okay, we have ovary as the primary sex organ, right? Ovary as the primary sex organ. How many ovaries we have? We have two ovaries, right? A pair of ovaries on both sides. Okay, one ovary on the right side and one ovary on the left side. So it is we have two ovaries, or it is paired as a paired organ, right? It is a paired organ, right? So we have two ovaries. Okay, paired organ. Okay, and where is this located? Where is it located? It is located in the ovarian fossa. Okay, it is located in the ovarian fossa. Where this ovarian fossa is present? Ovarian fossa is in the abdominal cavity. And where in the abdominal cavity? In the pelvic region. what do you mean by pelvic region? The region between both pelvic bones. Okay, our hip bones are called as what? Or the hip is not what? It is the pelvic bone. Okay, so the region between both pelvic bone is called as what? It is called as the pelvic region. So ovarian fossa is present in the abdominal cavity in the pelvic region. Okay, in the pelvis. Okay, in the pelvis. Okay, so the ovary is located in the pelvic region of the abdominal cavity, or it is located in the ovarian fossa, which is present in the pelvic region of the abdominal cavity. Okay, that is the location of ovary. Okay, understand the location. So ovary is located in the ovarian fossa, which is present in the pelvic region, that is between the two pelvic bones. Okay, in the abdominal cavity. Okay, that is the location. Now comes, what is the size of the ovary? Okay, the ovary is, it is not like this. Okay, not oval shaped, it is almost round shaped structure. Okay, it is a round shaped structure. And what is the size? It is 2 to 4 centimeter in size. The ovary is 2 to 4 centimeter in size, right? Ovary. Okay, and what it is connected to? Okay, this is towards the middle. Okay, towards the middle, what is there? The uterus is present, right? And towards the side, or the lateral side, we'll say lateral side, what is there? This is the pelvic bone, and muscles will be attached to the pelvic bone. And what is it called? It is called as the pelvic wall. Okay, pelvic wall towards the side, and towards the middle, uterus is there, right? So the ovary is connected to the pelvic wall and uterus with the help of what? With the help of ligaments. Okay, with the help of ligaments. Okay, so the ovary is connected laterally, or towards the side. Okay, that's called as laterally. Okay, ovary is connected laterally to the pelvic wall, and medially, that means towards the middle, to uterus with the help of what? With the help of ligaments. Okay, with the help of ligaments. Okay, understand? So the ovary is connected to the pelvic wall laterally, and medially to uterus with the help of what? With the help of ligaments. Understand? Okay, now what we are going to do is, we are going to cut the ovary. Okay, we are going to cut the ovary and see what is there inside the ovary. Okay, this is the ovary. Okay, and it is lined by what? It is lined by the germinal epithelium. Okay, it is lined by the germinal epithelium. Okay, germinal epithelium. Okay, the ovary is lined by the germinal epithelium, and inside what it has? It has the stroma. Okay, it has the stroma. Okay, depending upon the site. Okay, the peripheral part of stroma, we call it as what? We call it as peripheral cortex. Okay, the peripheral part of stroma is called as what? It is called as peripheral cortex. Okay, and inner part of the stroma is called as what? It is called as inner medulla. Okay, inner medulla. Okay, so the periphery of the stroma is called as peripheral cortex, and inner part of the stroma is called as what? It is called as inner medulla. Okay, and it is over is lined by which cells? It is lined by the germinal epithelium. Okay, understand? Okay, now what we can see? We can see the follicles. Okay, we can see the follicles of different stages in the ovary. Okay, we can see the follicles of different stages. Okay, this is called as follicles. Okay, we can see the follicles of different stages in the ovary. Okay, we can see the follicles of different stages: immature follicles, mature follicles, the follicle which are very large, or Graafian follicle, we'll say. Okay, we'll discuss regarding the details of the follicles when we discuss the ovarian cycle. Okay, so know that in the stroma we have what? We have the ovarian follicles present, right? We have the ovarian follicles of different stages. Okay, and what is the function of ovary? What are the functions of ovary? First we told that it produces ovum, right? Ovum is released from the ovary. So ovum production and what? The hormones. Okay, hormones are secreted from the ovary. Which is the major hormone secreted from the ovary? We have female hormones like estrogen and progesterone. Okay, these are the female sex hormones. Okay, estrogen and progesterone is secreted from ovary. Okay, that is the functions of ovary. One is ovum production, second is hormone production. Which are the two hormones produced? Estrogen and progesterone. Okay, estrogen and progesterone. Okay, so depending upon the levels of the hormones, okay, levels of the hormone produced, there will be cyclical changes cyclical changes will be present in the ovary, which is called as ovarian cycle. Okay, which is called as the ovarian cycle. We will discuss that later. Okay, first just understand the parts of ovary, okay, and the function of ovary. Okay, so what is the lining? It is lined by germinal epithelium, and inside what it has? It has stroma, right? Peripheral, the periphery of the stroma is called as peripheral cortex, and inner part of the stroma is called as inner medulla. Okay, and inside the ovary what we can see? We can see the ovarian follicles in various stages. Okay, in various stages, right? And what is the function of ovary? Ovary will produce ovum, also hormones, okay, female sex hormones, okay, which is the female sex hormones? Estrogen and progesterone. Okay, understand? That is regarding the ovary. Okay, everyone? Now we are coming to the next part. What we have the next part? Right, here is the ovary. Then we have what? Okay, this is the next part. Which is this part? This is called as the fallopian tube. Okay, now we are going to discuss the fallopian tube. Okay, fallopian tube. Okay, fallopian tube, it is a straight tube, okay, not coiled, okay, it is a straight tube, right? It's a straight tube, right? Straight tube which comes around 10 to 12 centimeter, okay, it is a straight tube, has a length of 10 to 12 centimeter and extends from the ovary to the uterus, okay, extends from the ovary to uterus. Okay, so the fallopian tube is a straight tube measuring 10 to 12 centimeter extending from ovary to uterus. Okay, now coming to the parts of fallopian tube. Okay, regarding the parts of fallopian tube, which is this part, which is present near to the ovary. This part is called as what? It is called as infundibulum. Okay, this part is called as infundibulum. First part near to the ovary is called as infundibulum. In the infundibulum, can you see some finger-like projections? Okay, some finger-like projections are seen. That is called as what? These are called as the fimbriae. Okay, fimbriae. And what is the function of this fimbriae? This fimbriae will collect the ovum once it is released from the ovary. Okay, this fimbriae will collect the ovum once it is released from the ovary and pass it to the infundibulum. Okay, infundibulum. Okay, then this is the first part, infundibulum, which is present near to the ovary, right? Then we have, after infundibulum, what? We have a wider part, okay, a wider part, and that is called as what? This is the second part, called as what? Called as ampulla. Okay, ampulla. Okay, second part called as ampulla. This is a wide part, okay, wide part. Why it is wide? Or what is the need to be? Why the ampulla should be wide? Because what? Fertilization occurs in ampulla. Okay, that is why it is wide. Okay, fertilization occurs in which part? It occurs in the ampulla. That is why this is wide. Okay, this part is wide because fertilization occurs in the ampulla. Okay, followed by what? We have a narrow part. Okay, a narrow part. And what is that called as? That narrow part is called as what? It is called as the isthmus. Okay, that narrow part is called as the isthmus. Okay, these are the three parts of fallopian tube. Okay, these are the three parts. First one, it is the infundibular part. Infundibular part has what? It has a finger-like projection called as fimbriae to collect the ovum once the ovum is released from the ovary, right? Finger-like projection called as fimbriae. Then we have the wider part, that is ampulla, where the fertilization occurs. Then we have a narrow part called as what? Called as isthmus. Okay, called as isthmus. Okay, these are the different parts of fallopian tube. Understand? Okay, that's regarding the fallopian tube. Okay, now we will discuss about the uterus. Okay, this is the ovary, this is the fallopian tube, and this is the uterus, right? This is also called as what? This is also called as womb. Okay, womb of the mother, right? So this is the uterus, uterus or womb. Okay, okay, and okay, this is the uterus. Okay, and the upper part of the uterus is called as what? This is called as the fundus. Okay, we have the fundus here, and the middle part is called as body. Okay, and the lower part is called as cervix. Okay, the upper part is called as fundus, middle part is body, and the lower part is called as cervix, right? The fertilized egg, right, from the ampulla will travel up to the isthmus and reaches the uterus. Okay, the fertilized egg get implanted in the uterus only. Okay, so it reaches the uterus. Okay, and we have seen the three parts, right? First part it is the fundus, second part body, and lower part is called as cervix, right? Now we'll see the different layers of uterus. Okay, layers of uterus. What are the different layers of uterus, right? The outer layer, this is the outer layer, this is a thin membranous layer. Okay, this is the thin membranous outer layer. Okay, this is the thin membranous outer layer called as what? Called as perimetrium. Perimetrium. Okay, this is thin membranous layer. Okay, thin membranous layer. Okay, that is a perimetrium, right? And middle we have what? Middle we have the thick muscular layer, right? Thick smooth muscles. Okay, thick muscular layer called as what? Called as myometrium. Okay, this is composed of thick smooth muscles. Okay, thick smooth muscles. Okay, and inside what we have? We have the glandular layer. Okay, where the glands and the epithelial cells like columnar epithelial cells present, and that is called as what? It is called as the endometrium. Okay, endometrium. Okay, this is the glandular layer. Okay, so these are the three layers of uterus, right? We have the perimetrium, which is the thin membranous layer which is present outside. This is the perimetrium, right? And middle we have the myometrium, and inside we have the endometrium. Okay, so the perimetrium is thin membranous part, right? And middle we have the thick muscular part called as what? Myometrium. And inner part, okay, the inner glandular part is called as what? It is called as the endometrium. Okay, this endometrium will undergo cyclical changes during the menstrual cycle. Okay, the inner layer or the endometrium will undergo what? It will undergo cyclical changes during menstrual cycle. Okay, endometrium. What about the myometrium? The myometrium, what it consists of? Smooth muscles. So what is the function of muscles? It will contract, right? So the myometrium will contract to facilitate what? To facilitate the delivery of the baby. Okay, the myometrium will contract to facilitate the delivery of the baby during the time of childbirth. Okay, it will contract during the time of childbirth. Okay, and facilitate the delivery of the baby, right? That is myometrium, because it is muscles. Function of muscle is contraction. Okay, so the endometrium and myometrium will undergo. We have seen the functions of endometrium and myometrium. Okay, so these are the three layers, and fundus, body, and cervix is the three parts of the uterus, right? So coming to the cervix, right? We have seen the cervix. Okay, cervix, what? It is the lower end of the uterus is called as what? It is called as cervix. The lower end of uterus is called as cervix, right? Right, and this is connected. There is a cavity in the cervix, right? A cavity. Can you see the cavity? This is a cavity in the cervix, right? Between two walls. Okay, this is a cavity in the cervix, and it is called as what? It is called as cervical canal. Okay, cervical canal. Okay, this cervical canal is in continuation with what? It is continuations with this is the vagina. Okay, cervical canal is in continuation with the vagina, and vagina plus the cervical canal will constitute what? It will constitute the birth canal. Okay, birth canal through which the baby will pass. Okay, during the time of delivery, the baby will pass from the uterus via the cervical canal to vagina and out of the maternal body via the vaginal opening. Here we have the vaginal opening. Okay, we have the vaginal opening. Okay, and so that's why the cervical canal plus the vagina calls what? together called as birth canal. Okay, there is two constrictions. Okay, two constrictions in the cervix, that is, it is called as what is called as cervical os. Okay, there is the inner one, which is the connection between the body and the cervix. Okay, there is a constriction, and that is called as what? It is called as the internal os, because it is present inside, right? This is called as the internal os because it is a connection between body and cervix. Okay, connection between the body of uterus and cervix, it is called as internal os, right? Where is the constriction here? Okay, constriction here, which is the connection between the cervix and the vagina, it is called as what? It is called as the external os. Okay, these are the constrictions present in the, or we'll say sphincters. Okay, sphincters, right? Like we have seen in the or what we in our, we'll see when we'll discuss in all systems, almost all systems we'll see sphincters, right? These are like openings. Okay, like the gates. Okay, so what we will say, the cervix has two gates. Okay, one inner gate and outer gate. Okay, there we will say it as constrictions in the cervix. Okay, so the inner os connects body of the uterus and the cervix, and the outer os will connect, it will connect the cervix and the vagina. Understand? Okay, so what we have seen in cervix, it is the lower part of the uterus. Okay, lower part of the uterus is called as cervix, and the cavity in the cervix is called as the cervical canal. The cervical canal plus vagina constitutes the birth canal. Why? The delivery of the baby occurs via this path. Okay, the delivery of the baby during the time of childbirth occurs via this path. Okay, and we have said about two constrictions, right? One is the internal constriction or internal os, which connects the body of the uterus to the cervix, and an external os of the cervix, right? External os of the cervix, which will connect cervix to the vagina. Okay, these are the two constrictions present in cervix. Okay, so we have seen the uterus. Okay, okay, so regarding vagina, there is nothing much to say, right? We have seen that it is a continuation of cervix, right? And together with the cervical canal, it will forms the birth canal, and via the vaginal opening, the baby is delivered out. Okay, and insemination, right? The semen are deposited in the vaginal opening with the help of penis. Okay, that is the importance of vagina. Okay, so now what we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss the external genitalia. Okay, we are going to discuss the external genitalia or the vulva. Okay, we are going to discuss the external genitalia or the vulva. Okay, first we will discuss the parts. Okay, first it is the mons pubis. Okay, these are the different, first I am going to list the different parts in external genitalia, then we will explain. Okay, what are the parts? It's mons pubis, labia majora. Okay, then we have labia minora. Okay, then we have what? We have the clitoris. Okay, then we have the hymen. Okay, we have the hymen. Okay, these are the parts of the external genitalia. Okay, we'll see one by one. Okay, what is mons pubis? Actually, mons pubis is a this is a fat tissue. Okay, or fat pad. Okay, pad of fat tissue. Okay, pad of fat tissue which covers what? Which covers the, this is present, which is covered by. Okay, now we are going to discuss each one of these parts. Okay, now we are going to discuss each of these. First is mons pubis, right? So mons pubis is a pad of fat. Okay, it is a pad of fat which is covered by the skin and the pubic hairs, right? It is actually seen, this is the most outermost part. This mons pubis is the outermost part. Okay, this is the outermost part. Okay, and it is a pad of fat. Okay, it is made up of fat tissues. Okay, pad of fat. Okay, and it is covered by what? It is covered by the skin and pubic hairs. Okay, this is covered by skin and pubic hairs. Okay, Okay, this is the mons pubis, which is covered by the skin and pubic hairs. Okay, this is mons pubis. Okay, covered by skin and pubic hairs, and it is made up of fat tissue, or it's a pad of fat. Okay, now inside the mons pubis we have a fold of fleshy fold. Okay, we have a fleshy fold. Okay, fleshy fold which will covers the vaginal opening. Okay, we have a fleshy fold which will covers the vaginal opening. That is called as what? That is called as labia majora. Okay, labia majora. Okay, so it is a fleshy fold which covers the vaginal opening. It's called as what? It is called as labia majora. Okay, and inside the labia majora, okay, inside the labia majora we have a similar small fold. Okay, similar small fold. Okay, similar small fold. Okay, these are in both sides, right? Paired fold. Okay, so similar small fold called as what? Labia minora. Okay, labia minora. Okay, and at the junction or at the joining point of the labia minora we have a finger like projection, and that is called as what? It is called as clitoris. Okay, this is called as clitoris. Okay, this is called as clitoris. Okay, the finger like projection above the joining of the labia minora, and above the clitoris we have the urethral opening. Okay, via which the urine pass. Okay, this is the urethral opening or urethral meatus. Okay, and inside the labia minora we have what? We have the vaginal opening, right? Vaginal opening, and it is covered by a membrane called as what? The vaginal opening is covered by a membrane called as hymen. Okay, the vaginal opening is covered by a membrane called as hymen. Okay, this hymen actually ruptures during first intercourse. Okay, the hymen actually ruptures during first intercourse. Then the question will arise, what are the other processes through which the hymen breaks or hymen breaks? Okay, whether the hymen can be break any other way? The answer is yes, the hymen can be broken by like vigorous sports like horse riding, cycling. Okay, vigorous sports activities like horse riding, cycling, or sudden fall or sudden jolt. Okay, this all can cause breakage in hymen. Okay, usage of vaginal tampons, okay, can cause the breakage of hymen. Okay, so it's the break in the hymen is not the indication of a sexual, or it's not the indication of the first sexual intercourse. Okay, very important point. Okay, it is not a reliable indication for the first sexual intercourse has occurred. Okay, so the broken hymen can be seen in various conditions also, like vigorous cycling, horse riding, sudden fall, sudden jolt. Okay, and usage of vaginal tampons can cause the breakage in hymen. Okay, in some people this hymen can be highly elastic in nature, and what happens even if it is highly elastic, right? It doesn't get ruptured during sexual intercourse. Okay, so the breakage in hymen is not an indication of first sexual intercourse. Okay, understand? These are the parts of the external genitalia in females, and I told you before also, the external genitalia doesn't have any role in fertilization, gametogenesis, pregnancy, childbirth, or anything like that. Okay, so these are the parts: mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, clitoris, and hymen. Okay, understand the external genitalia. Okay, now we are going to discuss the last point or last part in female genital system, female reproductive system, that is the mammary glands. Okay, mammary glands. Mammary glands or breast. Okay, we are going to discuss the last part. Okay, mammary glands or breast. Okay, these are present in all the female mammals. Okay, mammary glands are present in all the female mammals. Okay, it is present in not only in humans. Okay, these are paired organs. Okay, say paired organ. Okay, paired organ. Okay, it is a paired organ present in all mammals, all female mammals. Okay, paired organ present in all female mammals, right? Now we'll see the structure. Okay, it is what? It is made up of two type of tissues. What are the two types of tissues? It has the glandular tissue, okay, glandular tissue and fat. Okay, it is made up of glandular tissue and fat tissue. Okay, the glandular tissue and fat tissue. How glandular tissues are arranged? It is arranged in lobules. Okay, the glandular tissue are arranged in lobules. So in human breast, okay, human breast there are around 15 to 20 such lobules. Okay, human breast have mammary. This is the lobules. Okay, they are arranged in lobule. In between what? In between fat cells are present. Okay, so there are around 15 to 20 lobules are present, right? And inside the lobules, what is there? There is cluster of cells. Okay, inside the lobules there is cluster of cells, and these clusters are called as what? These clusters are called as alveoli. Okay, these clusters are called as alveoli. Okay, clusters are called as alveoli, and the cells in this alveoli, can you see the cells? Okay, it is like this. I'll just draw here. Okay, consider this is an alveoli. Okay, the cells in the alveoli will secrete what? It will secrete the milk. Okay, the alveoli is the glandular part, and this will secrete what? This will secrete the milk. The cells in the alveoli will secrete the milk, and where it is stored? The milk is stored in the lumen of the alveoli. Okay, this is the lumen. Okay, the milk is stored in the lumen of the alveoli. Okay, and what this alveoli, this lumens will join to form what? This lumens will join to form the tubules of the mammary gland. Okay, it will form the lumens are joined to the tubules of the mammary glands, right? And these tubules will join together. Okay, this will together forms the lumen will forms the mammary tubules. Okay, mammary tubules. Okay, these tubules will join together to form what? They will join together to form the mammary duct. Okay, mammary duct. Okay, the mammary ducts will join together to form what? It will form it will form a bulge. Okay, so the mammary duct will join together a wider portion, and what is that is called as ampulla of mammary duct. Okay, ampulla of mammary duct. Okay, it forms the ampulla of mammary duct. Okay, so the lumen, okay, the milk which is present in the lumen of the alveoli will drains into what? Will drains into the mammary tubules. Okay, these tubules join together to form the mammary duct, and the mammary ducts will join together to form a wider portion called as the ampulla of the mammary duct, which will drains into the lactiferous duct. Okay, lactiferous duct. Okay, and this lactiferous duct open into which area? It opens into the nipple of the breast. It opens into the nipple of the breast. Okay, via this opening the milk will come out. Okay, understand? So it has, the breast has two parts, right? It has two parts. It has a glandular part and fat tissue. Okay, the glandular part will has what? It is divided into lobules, right? 15 to 20 lobules are present in each breast. Okay, and inside the lobules there is cluster of cells. Okay, cluster of cells called as what? Called as alveoli, and the cells of the alveoli will secrete milk into the lumen of the alveoli where the milk is stored. Okay, from the lumen the milk will drain into mammary tubules. Okay, the tubules join together to form the mammary duct. Mammary ducts together join together to form a wider part called as what? Wider part called as ampulla of the mammary duct, and this ampulla will opens into the lactiferous duct, and lactiferous duct will open into the nipple of the, or the lactiferous duct will come out via the nipple of the breast. Okay, and via the lactiferous duct the milk will come out. Okay, understand? This is regarding the mammary gland. Okay, and lactation, we have seen, right? Lactation during that is after the childbirth only the milk secretion will start. Okay, milk secretion will start only after the delivery of the baby. Okay, delivery of the baby. Okay, understand? The milk will secreted only during the time of pregnancy. Milk will be produced only during the time of pregnancy and is secreted after delivery of the baby. Okay, this is regarding the mammary gland. Okay. Okay, so we will see what all we have discussed in female reproductive system. We have discussed the primary organ, primary sex organ, that is the ovary, right? We have discussed the ovary, where ovary is located in the ovarian fossa, right? And size of the ovary 2 to 4 centimeter, right? And it is, we have the cut section of ovary. It is lined by the germinal epithelium, and inside we have what? We have the stroma, right? Stroma has two parts, peripheral cortex and inner medulla, and inside the ovary what we can see? We can see the ovarian follicles in various stages, right? What are the functions of ovary? Function of ovary is the production of ovum and production of female sex organs. What are the female sex organ? Estrogen and progesterone, okay? Then we have discussed what? Then we have discussed the secondary sexual organs, right? First one what? First one it is the fallopian tube. What are the parts of fallopian tube? Infundibulum. Infundibulum has what? It has fimbriae to catch to collect the ovum released from the ovary. Then we have the wider part, that is the ampulla where fertilization occurs. Then we have the narrow part, that is the isthmus, okay? Fallopian tube opens into what? Opens into the uterus. What are the parts of uterus? We have the upper part has or fundus, okay? Above part, upper part is called as fundus, and middle we have the body, and lower it's called as cervix, right? What are the layers of uterus? We have the outer thin membranous layer called as perimetrium, okay? And middle muscular layer which consists of smooth muscles called as myometrium, and inner glandular layer called as endometrium, right? Then comes to the lower part called as what? It is called as the cervix, right? Cervix, and the cervix has what? Cervix has a cavity called as what? Called as a cervical canal, okay? And it has two constrictions, right? The inner constriction or internal os which connects body of the uterus and cervix, and an external os which connects the cervix to the vagina, okay? And the vagina plus the cervical canal constitutes the birth canal through which the baby comes out. Okay, then we have the external genitalia. What are the parts of external genitalia? We have seen first, or the outer part is called outermost covering, it's called as a mons pubis, right? Inside that it is a fleshy fold, okay? Fleshy fold called as labia majora, which covers the vaginal opening, right? And inside the labia majora we have what? We have similar small fold called as labia minora, and we have clitoris, a finger-like projection above the joining of the labia minora, right? Then the vaginal opening is covered by a membrane called as hymen, right? Hymen, right? Then we have discussed what? We have discussed the mammary glands, right? What are the two types of tissues present in breast or mammary glands? We have the glandular tissue and we have the fat tissue, right? Glandular tissues, how it is arranged? It is arranged in lobules, right? There are 15 to 20 lobules in each mammary gland, okay, or each breast, okay? And this how there are clusters of cells, okay? Clusters of cell inside the lobules, and called as what? Called as alveoli, okay? The cells of the alveoli will secrete what? It will secrete some milk into where? Into the lumen of the alveoli, okay? From the lumen what? The milk will drains into the mammary tubules, right? Mammary tubules join together to form the mammary ducts, right? Mammary ducts will join together to form what? Ampulla of the mammary ducts, which will later drains into what? Which will drain into the lactiferous duct, okay? Which will opens into the nipple of the breast, okay? And via which the milk will comes out, okay? The milk will come out during which time? It is after the delivery of the baby, okay? The milk production starts in pregnancy, but milk will only comes out via after the delivery of the baby. Understand? This is regarding the female reproductive system.